Bugsy Siegel Seder, you got to sit up straight. And you never know what you may find beside your Seder plate. Might be a silver pistol, might be a big cigar. Might be something later that reminds you where you are. Now the rabbi says to Bugsy,
I don't know why I'm here. Have you done a single mitzvah since I saw you last year? Don't worry about it, Morty. I follow every rule, but just the ones that Bugsy likes, not those you teach in shul. You see, I never really wanted to be part of the mob, but every time I tried to go and find an honest job, I found out if you're Jewish, you only get half pay. So I figured I could either starve or find another way. Who are you kidding, Bugsy? We grew up on the same street, and I never beat or robbed folks when I had nothing to eat. If you're looking for excuses, there's nothing you can't use. But the way you act is ruthless, and it's not good for the Jews. Not good for the Jews, huh? Well, let me tell you something. When the Nazis marched in Newark, you big machas stood and stared. But me and Maya Lansky, we went downtown and prepared. We strolled into their rally and cracked a head or two. We were down there, Rabbi, and looking round for you.
And the Reb took off his glasses and looked Bugsy in the face. You always liked a little
force in its proper place. But we're not vigilantes, even as a last resort. That's why we have a president. That's why we have a court. Yeah. While all you stellar citizens were kissing presidential ass, he wouldn't lift a finger to keep us from being gassed. Stop this. You think I don't know what you're talking about? You think we didn't try? Do you really think he'd gone to war to save a bunch of Jews? You know, I never really bothered with that bull crap that they sell. But if me and the boys had an atom bomb, we'd have blown them all down. Let's drop this whole discussion. I can't digest my meal. We both go back a long, long way. Let's not make this a big deal. Now, wait a second, Morty. You're holding something back. You rushed right through this service like a freight train on a track. You having trouble with the missus? You need some money? Take $1,000. It's not so simple, Benny. You'd never understand. Why don't you try me, Morty? I'm smarter than I look. We both go back a long, long way. I'm the guy who wrote the book. Well, if you ask me, I have to admit, my faith is a little weak. After what the world's just been through, I find it hard to speak. After every sermon, I feel like I just lied. How can I preach God's mercy when so many millions died? Are you saying that you're giving up? That's something you can't do. One of us has to be good around here, and I'm pretty sure it's you. No, I'm finished with him, Benny. The punishment should fit the crime. We may be a stiff-necked people, but he came down too hard this time. You think we were being punished? That I just can't see. Why would he kill the little children and spare a bum like me?
Then there was the sound of footsteps over by the door. as Elijah swept into the room and sat down by the menorah. He leaned over to Bugsy and he whispered in his ear. Bugsy shuddered for a moment and then pulled the rabbi near.
You'll think I'm drunk or crazy, but Elijah just was here. He heard our conversation and he wants to make this clear. Hitler wasn't just another thug. He was pure evil, taking birth. And he wouldn't rest until he had wiped goodness off the earth. Are you saying he was Amalek? I think that's what he said. His enemy was God himself, but he turned on us instead. He couldn't get his hands on God, so we had to take the fall. We took the bullet for him. Have mercy on us all.
And the rabbi just sat there for a moment, taking it all in. Then finally he spoke. The Rebbe turned to Benny. He looked at him and smiled.
There's a Hebrew word called hashlama. It means we're reconciled. We're really fighting evil here. So we both should triple down and do as much good as we can until they lay us in the ground.
And they never met or spoke again. Soon Bugsy would be dead, shot down by some Las Vegas scum. But as the prophet said, between holy ones and hoodlums, the distance isn't far. Could be we all need something that reminds us where we are. La da dee da dee, day da day da day, day da day da day day day, day da day da day, day da day.